I've been plotting on some devious, but y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all ain't ready for it. Y'all wasn't messing with the last one. I gotta drop one more before the 5K video. 5K video is gonna be an absolute banger. Curbside scene, Boro all over from scratch. Make sure y'all tune into that one. Today, I'm doing a Boro. Wow, I'm gonna attempt it. I don't know if this fabric, I don't know if it'll let me. I think it's synthetic. I don't know, bro. Let's just get into it. Already got them flared up. Already got the fabric cut, ready to glue down. We just gonna glue it, get to distressing it. This is the first attempt of me trying to get that fabric laid down onto the denim, and I was shooting for the moon, bro. I'm trying to get the whole fabric laid over the whole pant leg. Bro was like, I ain't going out like that. He had whole other plans. It wasn't trying to let me do it at all. I don't think that's gonna work. Let me switch it up. I'll probably just cut them into smaller pieces and then glue them on. That time it was working a whole lot better, so I make my way up that back leg, cut out that pocket, and then patchwork any spots that are still blue. I was about to put the other one on there and I thought about it, bro, and this basting spray is temporary. I don't wanna have to spray more on later if I don't finish right now, so I think I'll just do it one leg at a time. Now we can go ahead and take these things over to the machine, and I'm just sewing from one end of the panel to the other. Place my needle down, flip them around, same thing the opposite way. Y'all know what's going on, bro. Get to the other side, same thing. And then we just rinse and repeat, and rinse and repeat, and rinse. I think y'all get the vibes, man. Now that I think about it, I probably should have bleached them first, but I mean, we already in there. We in too deep, so let's keep it rolling. I think this took about a good hour per leg, something like that. Maybe a little under. My memory card ran out on me. That boy done filled up all 1 billion gigabytes, but we finished up one whole back leg. Right? So now before we move on to this next one, I just got an ND filter in the mail. So instead of it looking so bright and I'll just show y'all. Let me just pop this thing on here. Now that that's on there, let me adjust it a little bit. Now my color should look a lot more toned down. Everything's a lot more even. This light right here, it should be way less blasting through, stuff like that. I'm messing with it. When that wide angle come in, it's over with. Okay, now that I got this back side stitched all the way up, I want to, I guess, go ahead and get the other back side. I'm trying to get this other back side tonight, and then we can do the other two tomorrow. If I know I can do 2 back sides tonight, I can do 2 front sides tomorrow. So now I lay down the rest of the fabric that I have for the opposite leg. Then I lay down the rest of the fabric from the leg I was just working on. And in that way, the fabric panels will be roughly the same size for the opposite leg. I lay that thing down on the table, I get to it. Y'all already know the deal here, man. I'm starting at the bottom, gluing my way up, patching my way up. Cutting around that back pocket, getting any spots I left that were denim. But this time I also laid a rag in between the pant legs so it don't stick to itself. But other than that, man, it's the same vibes as the other leg. Cause y'all already seen me do that last one. I'm gonna take this time to say, go ahead and join the Discord, bro. We got a big fat fashion family over here. We just chopping it up, helping each other out. A positive one, bro. Lock in with us. So I took them things to the sewing machine trying to hit it head first, bro. I'm talking about contusion hit it head first, and I immediately ran out of bobbin, bro. If I just had an automatic bobbin winder or something, bro, I just need them things always on backup. But after I finished that, bro, I was not playing. It's go time. It's go time. It's go time. And y'all see what's going on, bro. I had this thing for about another hour 30 minutes, something like that. Not too long, but long enough to get my back feeling crazy. Gotta do what you gotta do, man. Y'all see the results, bro. Day 2. We back in this thing. Got the whole back fit situated yesterday. Now it's just time for me to get the front situated. Gotta go to the store today. Hopefully I can get this whole front situated so we can distress. Cause I can distress at the store, but I can't sew at the store. Oh, I really don't know what we're gonna do for this front. Cause I know this panel not gonna wash for Unk's feet too fast. Well, maybe it might be Gucci. I think we might be good, y'all. Oh, yeah, that's enough for me. So we getting down there on the ground, being one with the denim. Doing treacherous work to my knees, but I gotta pat this thing flat. Gotta pat Stanley till he flat Stanley. Oh yeah, we definitely good. Okay. Release the slab, look at that. I don't really got cartoon brain, but once we get up here to the top, we gotta be precise with the pats. I gotta get this thing right around that pocket, right around that fly. Gotta get them looking nice. Y'all know what's going on. And I went down to the bottom of the leg, patched that up, pat that up. Alright. Now we good to sew for another hour. Wait. Y'all seen me do this for hours yesterday. You probably don't even want to watch me do this, bro. Alright, y'all. I didn't finish all 4 legs. I got 3 of them done. Well, y'all know I got 2 done, but I finished 1 of them up. I'm up here at the store now, and I got a new attachment. I'm glad the Amazon lady pulled up, because now I can bless y'all, bro. I can bless y'all. Let me go ahead and pop this thing on here real quick. And now, the angle should be a little wider. I need to do some actual work, bro. I got to do some work, rearrange the store a little bit, and then we can get to the distressing. All right, I done did a little work. I done got the store organized a little bit, but before we get to the distressing, bro, Lou done pulled up to the store, and she pulled up with accessories, bro. Look at what she bought us.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
My fault, I'm shaking my... Look what she bought us, though.
Is that not hard as dookie, bro? And they have little keys, little functional key. Well, at first that key wasn't hitting on jack shit. I took mine off too, hold on. They came with little keys too.
You done bent that bit up trying to use it.
No, literally. That bit already bent. It bit useless.
All right, so y'all remember early in the video, I was like, oh, it's a synthetic fabric. I don't know if it'll let me distress it. Bro was not having that, bro. He was getting caught up every which way. Every time I tried. Tried a little lift and go method, you know? Maybe it's my contact to the denim. Maybe I need to chill. That wasn't working either, bro. I changed the Dremel head, put a fresh one on there. Got back into it. It was worse, bro. No matter how much I slowed it down, no matter how, weak I tried to touch the denim, that thing was gripping that MF. It was gripping that thing. This wasn't gonna work, bro. But I had an idea. I had my wire brush in the backseat of my car, bro. And I wasn't really a fan of doing this. It took a lot more elbow grease than just, hitting the denim with the Dremel. But I feel it'll build character in the end, I've never really fully distressed a pair of pants with just a wire brush. It'll really feel nostalgic. It'll feel ancient. Like I'm distressing in the olden times. They probably weren't even distressing in the olden times, but something in my throat. They probably weren't even distressing in the olden times anyway, bro, but y'all see what's going on. I just had to hit it with the wire brush. I basically just keep on flipping the pants around, hitting them every direction, because first you have to get the synthetic fibers loose, and then you have to get them fuzzy. So I hit them 3 times, 3 good coats of distressing, I guess. But it was still a pretty successful day of distressing, bro. I never really sat there and distressed 3 panels in one sitting. So now it's round 2 at the store, and I finished that last pant leg last night off camera, but now the overwhelming thoughts was low-key getting the unk, bro. Thoughts like, what if I do all this and they don't even hear it? Or what's the point of me making these videos? How did I go from musician to fashion designer to YouTuber? Maybe the naysayers are right, bro. Maybe I don't even know what I'm doing. But then I remember it's about the journey. It's not really about the destination. It's about the decision. Every decision I made in the past, good or bad, allowed me to break free of expectations of what society wants me to be and continuously build off of what I learned on a daily basis. They say the jack of all trades is a master of none, but most people don't know the full quote is the jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than the master of one. So yeah, imposter syndrome hit me for a quick second, but you gotta nip that shit in the bud. Although God is in each and every one of us, no one of us alone is God. Although I do have a pretty good grasp of manifestation, I don't solely decide how my life goes, bro. It's through the connection and synchronicity that we can realign ourselves with each other and become one again. I remember all the people I used to help with my music. I think about all the people who show love to these videos, bro. Everyone's life who I've touched, whether it be with knowledge, a little silly bad joke, just a little inspiration. I don't know, just whatever it is, just to show you how feasible living the way you want to really live is. We're almost at 5K subs, and it doesn't seem like much to many, but as a former drug addict who put all their carnal desires before acting out of unity, I think I've grown quite a bit, and I really like to thank you all for helping me do that. Of course I could have did it on some gatekeeping shit, but the connection and the fact that I have people to share my passion with that reciprocate the energy is what keeps me away from reverting back to the old. It's real life my new addiction, and I just really appreciate y'all to help me and making it one that sparks positive change. The next step, I think I need to do the finishing touching on these, right? So, I say finishing touching. I ain't gonna lie, we started good this morning, y'all. We started real good. We hit the gym. I ain't gonna lie, we started good this morning, y'all. We hit the gym. We was nice and productive. When I came back home, I ate some good Chinese food. I hit the Benjamin. I was out for the count. She was too.
But now I need to get in here and do the finishing touches on these, right? So y'all see me sew all vertical, horizontal? Horizontal. Now I'm finna go through and distress a few spots at the bottom and then sew horizontally to make sure the fabric stays down. And then after that, we just gotta diamond stuff. So let's do it.
For some reason, I tried to use a Dremel again. Very bad mistake.
Oh my God. It took the thing off. It took the head off my Dremel. It just took the head off my Dremel.
You trying to pink and blue?
Pink and blue. The softer ones? No, I haven't. Let me try that, I guess. We're gonna try it with this sandstone MF. Grindstone. Finna get the blacksmithing. God, it is working better. Hold on. Stacking up on the thing is so high. Oh shit, I'm finna just use some scissors and a seam tear or something before I mess around and start a fire.
And them trusty dusty scissors was putting in work like they were supposed to do. But the whole reason I'm making these holes is because I accidentally made some. Now I have to intentionally make some to balance everything out. And it seems a little bit more fuzzier with the holes. Like it's more length for it to hang or whatever. I took them things to the sewing machine, bro, and I about had a heart attack trying to get y'all some good angles.
Like shit like that, bro. I don't. That shit's sketchy. I'm sketchy. Like a fucking piece of a sticker. I don't like that.
I had to get my mind back right after that one, bro. But once I got recombobulated, I got back on the sewing machine and I situated those vertical lines. And instead of just going vertical all around the whole pants, I really just hit the spots that matter, like right outside the flare, right up the side seam, right on the edges of the inseam, stuff like that.
My camera battery died on me, but I promise y'all we still put in work. Instead of just doing the vertical line straight up and down the whole pants, I really just did them on the parts that matter, like the side seam, the flares, and then there were some spots around the butt where I had to patch it up. I did it around that as well. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get some bleach in a spray bottle so I can hit some of these spots that are still blue. You know, give it a nice little fade to it, then we can go ahead and dye them up.
Now, I low-key have no idea what this bleach is gonna do to this synthetic fabric or the dye really, but we finna find out together. We loaded it up. Now I'm gonna hit that thing with a good spritz. Spritzing everywhere I still see denim. Once I hit it with the bleach, it'll take all that color out, dye it up. It'll blend in better with the synthetic fabric. I kinda hit that with the bleach too. Don't really know if it'll do anything, but I'm just trying to even it out. You know, I know some bleach got on it from me trying to spray the denim. I figured if I'd rather have it like all over in little spots rather than, you know, just specifically around the denim spots, if it does even do anything.
All right, now I'm gonna let these Johns sit right here. Dang, now I'm gonna let these Johns sit right here until they finish doing their thing. Throw them in the wash, and in the meantime, I'll go ahead and go inside, you know, get a bleach bath going. Not bleach bath, god damn it. Some boiling hot water for the dye.
It took that bleach a little longer than I thought for it to run its course, so we had to do a little nighttime session. But y'all already know the deal here. Brown wets, black dusties. Get it all up in there. And we're gonna do a little salt and dish detergent. Apparently this just brings the color out. Once we get that up in there, we're gonna stir him up. And drop those Johns down up in there. Nice and slow now, nice and slow. All right, not that slow. Then I was about to sink them lower, but they weren't even coming up to the surface for air, so I just figured leave them alone. Crack of dawn the next day, bro. I'm trying to get all that dye out of the pot. Almost touched some ivy in the process. I was like, let me watch out. I don't know if y'all experienced poison ivy before, but they get wicked. I run them Johns out with any little arm power I did have, bro. It was early in the morning. You hear the birds chirping. Threw them things up in the wash. And y'all see I got the light in here this time. It's looking bright. You can see what's going on. Nah, let me stop, bro. But that's really it. If you made it this far, go ahead and sub up, man. You had to learn something.
Bro, it's so early, my brain barely works right now, but that's really the ball game, bro. I just gotta sew up the inseam whenever it comes out of the wash. So I'm gonna get up, see what else productive I can do before that finishes, and then I'll catch y'all during the reveal.